Over the last 5 years or so, the government of Uganda has been seen as trying to bear down hard on officials implicated in various graft scandals. A flurry of prosecutions here and indictments there have been witnessed, with former ministers, technical officials and accomplices arraigned in court. But despite this, the government of Uganda has failed to hold to account senior officials implicated in the theft and diversion of public funds, according to a research carried out by Human Rights Watch and Yale Law School's Allard K. Lowenstein International Human Rights Clinic. It points to a lack of political will, which has crippled Uganda's anti-corruption institutions, undermining their efforts through political interferences, harassment and threats.
A failure to prosecute high-level people in government, so political appointees, cabinet ministers, people close to the political elites in this country and the political elites themselves.
According to the report, corruption scandals have had a direct impact on human rights in Uganda over the years. The report cites donor funding worth $12.7 million meant for rebuilding northern Uganda and Karamoja region being stolen from the office of the Prime Minister in 2012. Featuring too are the $45 million diverted from the Global Funds to fight AIDS, tuberculosis and malaria in 2010 and the $12 million stolen from the Global Alliance for Vaccines and Immunization in 2006. Human Rights Watch's Africa Division senior researcher Maria Burnett says efforts to bring to book key individuals involved in these and other graft cases have been wanting.
One of our concerns is that the government has consistently committed to eradicate corruption. And obviously all of us agree that that's a good thing. But in concrete terms, their actions to do so are really quite limited, despite numerous anti-corruption institutions and, as I said, good technical work.
But the government says tackling corruption is subject to the due process of the law.
There are cases that will stop at investigation level when there are no facts linking the person to the crime. The government cannot simply proceed merely because there has been an accusing finger. There are cases that will be judged, will be evaluated by the Directorate of Public Prosecution.
The report also touches on President Yoweri Museveni's public remarks on graft cases involving high-ranking government officials.
Another concern of ours has been the president's rhetoric on these cases when they're going through the courts. Each time we've seen a high-level person facing charges, he's come out, spoken usually in favor of the person, said that there's a lack of evidence, or said that he would support them with legal costs. Again, over time, this sends messages to individuals working in this sector, and the cases tend to go his way over time.
The courts in Uganda are independent, or should be seen to be independent, irrespective of what the president says, what is the law and what is the procedure in the courts. That's what should matter.
Human Rights Watch says critical in the fight against graft is the role of whistleblowers, who sometimes are uncooperative for fear of their safety, an issue government says is catered for in the law.
Time and time again, we heard from the people we interviewed that witnesses simply were unwilling to come forward or to stick with a case over time. And that's a real concern because obviously powerful people can insulate themselves from the kind of paper trail which has led to the prosecutions thus far in Uganda.
First of all, there is a Whistleblowers Act, Whistleblower Protection Act, which is operational.
Human Rights Watch says donors seeking to resume aid should not only ensure that bigwigs implicated in corruption are held responsible, but also make clear that theft and diversion of public resources will not be tolerated, irrespective of the perpetrator. Sadly, it points to signs that some foreign donors were toning down criticism of the government for fear of missing lucrative commercial opportunities, especially in the oil sector.